Welcome to the latest episode of Branding the Experience. We discuss ways how we can create environments where employees actually want to come to work and customers want to keep coming back. Hi, I'm Ken Bader, your host for Branding the Experience, and our subject today is old or new school experience. This comes to mind given a couple of conversations as well as an experience or two I've had as a consumer. I was speaking to one of my credit union clients the other day. They have just rolled out ITMs, which for those that aren't in banking are simply interactive teller machines. They have a screen. They could do more transactions than a normal ATM. Plus, you get a screen where you actually can talk to a human being. And we were talking about the need for not only to continue leveraging the technology, but also putting that human connection there. So you don't necessarily have to be old or new school. You could be old and new school. For instance, I suggested that they actually have people there periodically, certainly not every day, and certainly for not more than maybe an hour or two, to not only show people how to use the ITMs, but also maybe give away some prizes, talk about opening up an account, and things of that nature. And the reason is because I want to bring that old and new school together, especially because everybody wants to transact business differently. Some people want an experience where they don't talk to anybody. They just want to use the ATM or ITM, go on mobile online, maybe get mobile chat or online chat and never actually have to physically converse with a human being, whether that be in person or via screen. But other people are willing to use technology and still have some comfort in knowing that there's a human being behind there, that it's human connection using technology and not technology instead of a human connection. With that particular scenario that I talked about, you might even have a situation where that individual that showed somebody how to use the ITM in person, may very well at some day be behind the screen and talk to that same individual. And wouldn't that be nice to have that connection through the screen because it was made in person? So my point is it doesn't have to be an either or. Find ways to incorporate some of the old school warmth, with the new high tech ways of doing business. And I believe this can even work for a lot of the restaurants out there that may be struggling. And I think of an experience I had not too long ago where I had a business lunch, and right from the very beginning, they made me and my guest feel like we were an intrusion. They told us, well, we're offering a 90-minute dining experience. And making a very long story short, kind of rushed us through our meal and out of there. And ironically, the food was excellent, but the experience not so much. And what that led me to do was when somebody asked me here in my neighborhood where they should go to brunch, and they asked about that particular restaurant specifically, I said, you know what? They have great food, but frankly, I never feel welcome there. Why don't you go to X instead? And they said, hey, that's a great idea. I'm going to go there. So I deliberately shifted them to another restaurant, another small business that I knew they would get a great experience. So, what can we learn from that, especially in the vein of old and new school experience? Well, the old school experience is still being able to enjoy your time there. Maybe the way to bring those two things together is maybe using technology and saying that when you make a reservation, you have two choices. You have the 90-minute dining experience, and you could order online through your phone or on the computer. before you even get there to make sure that we give you the 90-minute dining experience. And for some, you can get the heck out of there even quicker because some people, especially when it's a business lunch, want to have their 1 hour meeting and get the heck out of there. Others, in the case of my situation, my business partner wasn't only a partner, but also a friend of mine, and we wanted to visit, and we had a number of business items to talk about. We certainly didn't want to rush it in 90 minutes. So that made us feel uncomfortable. So for those people that want the old school experience, yeah, maybe those folks could still have it and go to the restaurant and sit down possibly for a couple hours and meet and still spend money and have that particular experience. So don't be afraid just because you're using new technology and leveraging that in the experience to also incorporate some of those old ways. Maybe you're a restaurant that has done very well in takeout orders. Maybe there's a way to still continue to do that, but also as we're coming out of this pandemic, bring people in for the old school experience where they can enjoy a relaxed dining experience. And same thing with a lot of financial institutions out there. In some ways, COVID has been a good thing. It's one of the few silver linings in this horrific, terrible experience that we've had with the coronavirus, that it's forced a lot of financial institutions to do things in a technological way and be able to, in essence, force in a nice way their customers, members, clients, consumers into that technology. Yeah, now that we've had a reason and an excuse to teach a lot of our members, customers, clients this technology and how to do things another way, maybe now is a way where we can incorporate some of that old school and still be able to create an experience, a great experience on many different levels that is going to cater to many different, if not all, of the people we serve. Thank you for spending some time with me today. And here's hoping, whether you're old school, new school, somewhere in between, or a combination, that you're branding the experience at a very high level for all those you serve. Take care.